Okay, time to tackle another tribe. This is going to be the third. We're going to talk about the Children of Gaia and how to make a Child of Gaia and how to play one. First thing you know is exactly what a Child of Gaia is. They weren't an original tribe. They were an offshoot, almost a political movement of the Silverfangs, where the Silverfangs were lordly, kind of cruel because they were all about honor. The Children of Gaia were working more towards unity rather than obedience. So they eventually became a tribe, and they made a pact with Unicorn. You have to understand Unicorn to a lot of degrees to understand what the Children of Gaia are about. Everybody thinks of them as peacenik hippies. That's not entirely correct. Yes, they have rites that suggest that they smoke the bud, so they come across like that very well. And you will see some people who will play them. You'll see the guys who be wearing the Hawaiian shirt and the flip-flops and will always seem to, have some mystical herbs on them and so on. But they're more about the peace and the unity. That doesn't mean they're not guru. They can be scary sons of bitches, but they should be played correctly. You're very rarely going to find a Child of Gaia that is truly a warmongerer. You're going to find most of them that are willing to fight, but only when necessary. They're going to be the types who are going to want to knock people out before they'll ever try to kill them. They're the reluctant warriors in a way, but not so much, because they're still guru. They're the warriors of Gaia. They're warriors through and through, but they have a philosophy to them that they tend to adhere to. Unicorn is a spirit that embodies a number of different elements, but the one that most people don't look at is the mythology of Unicorn. Unicorns supposedly are going to die unless they're touched by a virgin maid. Why? It's about purity. Strangely enough, that does not translate over to purebreed, but it's a purity of spirit, and there's a reason why even Children of Gaia don't tend to touch Unicorn. Unicorn has chosen them as the purest of spirits amongst the guru because they've let go of their rage a little bit better, and they've got gifts that help them do so. But they're still guru. So you have to understand all of that first. Then it comes to making one. You have to come up with a concept. Children of Gaia are the ones that I see that a lot of times you'll see people wanting to play older ones rather than, their balls just drop teenager types. They want to play something older because I think that they're stuck on the whole with age comes wisdom, and therefore they kind of try to relay that via their age. As I said before, Children of Gaia will focus more towards stuff like staffs and clubs and such because they want to knock people out. They're going to have a lot of times social is their main, because they do get a bonus socials when you make them. And they're going to have a lot of traits and abilities that are going to be towards keeping people calm, doing things properly, being diplomatic, and so on. So you should make your character based on that. And you're going to want to look at the gifts and what the retests are. You're going to want to get an idea of what gifts you're going to have and what style of Child of Gaia you're going to be. It's not as easy as with some of the other tribes, because you're not going to sit there and go, oh, am I angling towards a camp? The Children of Gaia don't have camps. It was decided in the latest edition that the Children of Gaia had come together as a whole, presumably in a tribal moot shortly after Earth Day. I've never found a canon reference to when it was decided, but they abolished all their camps because they believed that they led to disunity. So for anybody who gets in there with the idea of becoming one of those old first and second edition camps, no, not happening. We don't need a resurgence of that, because this helps make them unique. It changes them and makes them into something that is full and flavorful to play. Something more than just peaceniks and beatniks and hippies and so on. So you're going to have to want to look at all of those things. You should never probably go for a really high rage character when you're playing a Child of Gaia. You can, but probably not the best idea. You should always kind of have in your head to have some kind of, don't want to call it a weakness, but let's call it a favorite charity or a crusade. Maybe you're the guy who's helping the homeless. Maybe you're the guy who's going to heal the sick and the injured. You know, maybe you're going to be that politician that's all about unity. You're going to be the ultimate mediator. A lot of times your auspice will decide that, but you really should look at it. I've seen a couple of Child of Gaia runes. They're scary, especially when Iskaku comes into play. Iskaku is the martial arts of the Children of Gaia. It usually involves staff play. I always picture the Robin Hood story with Little John and Robin Hood squaring off on the log over the river. That is classic Iskaku. It's all about bludgeoning and debilitating an opponent without actually killing them. They do have some of the most broken gifts. We fixed a lot of them, but like Dazzle's scary. And then they have a rite which is called Alternation of Generations. If you're ever going to play that, be careful with that rite, because that rite right there, for what it represents, is the most dangerous rite in existence. If its existence were to become publicly known in character, chances are the Glasswalkers are going to want it, because it'll help them restock their lupus population, and the Red Talons are going to go to war to destroy it, because Lord knows the Red Talons don't want, you know, the two-legged monkey homids to be able to make lupus babies. It's unnatural. It goes against what the wild's all about, so therefore they would actually probably try to destroy everybody and anybody who's associated with said gift, or said rite, correction. So you got to keep those things in mind. Design your character appropriately, and then be ready to play it. If you're somebody who can't keep a hold on your temper, it might not be the best for you. If you're not a social type guru, it's kind of a hard thing to play. So that's my little tidbit on Children of Gaia. Hope it helps. Hope you enjoyed it.